Some farming businesses are being designed today to cater for the consumer of the future. A practicing engineer and scientist, Anh Nguyen's research into new farming techniques saw her named the Tasmanian winner of the 2019 AgriFutures Rural Women's Award, and has developed a water sensing system which is being tested at Easy Vineyard in the Coal River Valley. In the 3 years that Anh and her family have owned the vineyard, they've introduced biodynamic farming practices, and in doing so, produced a product that consumers are increasingly looking for.
You have a more selective, more aware consumer that really require to know where their wine comes from, what is put in there, how do you do that. So if you can somehow building your business, making a product without harming to the earth, and building a more sustainable business and sustainable climate and sustainable future for the younger generation, that's what we're trying to aim at.
Anh is using trees and organic farming practices to enhance soil life and build resilience to the harsh climate.
Everyone is talking about soil erosion right now, so we're losing more and more soil, we're losing more organic matter. When we came in, it was in a really bad shape. There was not much soil here. You're walking on the farm and you feel like you're working on concrete. There's a lot of crack because there's not a lot of vegetation around apart from the vine. Because it's so dry here, all the moisture evaporates and you have new weeds coming in. So what we find is that if we keep all the grass underneath the vine, that would lock the moisture in and keep the soil much more healthy. We see that the soil has improved, the plant looks healthy, even without the use of any chemical or pesticide or herbicide. Because once you use herbicide, you kill the weeds, you kill the grass, but you also kill all the microorganisms in the soil. And it is those microorganisms that makes the soil better. And when you have better soil, you have more vegetation. And when that vegetation dies, you put more organic into the soil. So slowly, we actually build up the soil. We build up soil and we absorb more organic matter into the soil. Eventually, we want to run this business like a tree. We absorb carbon and we give out oxygen.
Together with the planting of inter-row cover crops, Anh has positioned native windbreak trees on the western boundary to protect the vines from the strongest prevailing winds and to promote insect biodiversity and sequester carbon.
It is also a very windy site. When you put the nets on, the nets can't stay on because of the wind. And the wind is also very bad for the young vine. This year, we see a lot of reduce in productivity because we had a 2 weeks non-stop wind. And when you have the wind and then the flower in there, we just lose that flower in there and it doesn't fruit right. So winter of last year, we had about 20 people coming in here, volunteer, planting 300 Manuka tea tree along the fence of the property. They're gonna grow and they're gonna be a really nice green area that protect us from all the pollution from the road. A barrier for noise, for pollution, and attract bees and all the bugs. That is helpful for the vine. We are in a frost-prone area, so that would be a frost barrier for us to mitigate the frost from coming. Right before spring is when we're gonna do another planting. So our plan is to do what we call a tree planting festival every year because we've been seeing a lot of benefit from it. I want more and more people getting involved and know of the reasons why we plant trees.